Welcome back to A Life Unpacked. Happy Easter. I completely forgot that today was Easter until I got to the gym parking lot, and there are not nearly as many cars here as there normally are. So I realized that probably a lot of people are spending time with their families. And we don't normally do anything on Easter. So yeah, it's interesting. It's like, mostly empty. There's not a lot of people here. Anyhow, if things look a little different, this car, thinking of cars, is Jeff's dad's car. We're borrowing it for a couple of days. Jeff has some work. He's got to drive to Connecticut to do some work. So we only have the one car. And if I need to get to his dad for an emergency or something like that, I need to be able to do that. So we borrow his car when things like this happen. So yeah, today our car was loaded up with Jeff's equipment for work. So I just took this car instead. And honestly, this one is like... Oh, let's see here. They bought this in 2022, I think, or 2021. And it's only got like 6,000 miles on it because they barely use it. So it just needs some miles on it. So yeah, I drove this to the gym this morning. Let's think what else we've got going on. So we're back at home. We're going to get back into the routine. You can see that my skin is looking a little rough. Whenever I travel, my skin does not do the best. So I'm trying not to put like any kind of makeup or anything on it, but my cleanser. So we kind of hope it clears up a little bit and doesn't get any worse than this. And also I feel like, again, I just feel like I'm a little bit more bloated than normal. My weight's actually gone up. I'm actually, let's see, I weighed myself after our trip and I think it was 266, but now as of yesterday I was 271. I assume that's just, again, a lot to do with the fluctuating diet and being on vacation and stuff like that. So hopefully that starts moving back down again. Like I said, with weight loss, it's very frustrating because now I'm paying for a personal trainer. So now I'm putting my body through extra workouts. When I do have a personal training class, it's extremely exhausting on my body. It hurts. She's really pushing me and she's, making me do the hard stuff. I mean, my core today, I had personal training yesterday. My core today is so tight and it hurts so much because she had me doing a lot of core stuff. And, it's like, I hate that I physically just feel worn down from like training and extra gym time. And I'm not enjoying the food I'm eating because it's healthier food. I shouldn't say that. I do enjoy some of it. I really like fish, so I have like meals that I do enjoy. But like, if we're being honest, as somebody who likes clearly foods that are not healthy for them, it's hard to make that transition to something healthier and to crave it. So yeah, I don't crave it. I want to be able to eat pizza with the family. I want to be able to have a slice of cake and not have it be a big deal. And when I shift back and I go back on eating healthier, I lack the things that I really want to do, and I sacrifice those things to take the healthier option. But it doesn't mean that I don't want something. So when I say I hate what I'm eating, it's because I hate that I just can't eat what everybody else eats. Even if I have a completely healthy day where I am spot on with my calories, if I have like one thing, like one cookie, one donut, whatever, one thing, it throws it all off. And I feel very frustrated because I do see like normal sized people and thinner people, even people that just weigh less than me, they have that one, they have a coffee and it doesn't like screw up their whole day. They can have a dessert and it's not the end of the world. Me, I seem to have that thing and I gain like 5 pounds, 6 pounds. So it's just crazy. And like, I know my body is capable of losing the weight. I've done it in the past. But geez, now that I'm 40, it's different. It's different at this time. I can't seem to get the food and the workouts to line up where my body is like, okay, yeah, let's lose the weight. It's just holding on to that weight and it's not dropping it no matter what I do. I could overhaul my diet completely and like go super low calorie, but I don't want to do that, especially as I'm getting older. I don't feel like that's the healthiest option. Before, when I did lose a lot of weight, I was only eating like 1,200 calories a day and working out. And, you know, I dropped to the weight I did, but I don't think that's the healthiest choice to do that. That was very low calories. I wasn't working at the time. And I don't know if, like, you know, if the fact that I was able to, like, really, I don't know what I did differently. I don't, we're spiraling for no reason over food and calories. The point is that it's hard. It's difficult to lose weight sometimes, not for lack of trying. I drink a ton of water. I do all the things that I think I'm supposed to be doing, but it doesn't mean that people don't struggle through it. So, anyway, vulnerable moment over. We're done with that. We're just going to keep going to the gym, make our bodies strong, no matter what we look like. That's all that matters, is keeping the knees working, the hips work. My hip and knees are better when I work out. My back feels better when I work out, regardless of what size I am. So anyway, off the high horse. I do have to get into the gym, but we have you know, to get back to the normal routine this week. So we will be doing that. And let's see what else. Oh, we have Asher. So Asher had an appointment last week after I got back from Ocean City to have a consult with his surgeon for his ACL tear. So we got a quote for his ACL repair surgery, and we have a date set. So he has to go in for x-rays, not tomorrow, Monday, but a week from tomorrow. So he'll be going in for x-rays and some pre-surgery blood work and stuff like that needs to get done. So he does that on Monday, and then on the 22nd is when we have surgery. He's going to go in and he will be there most of the day, if not all day, maybe overnight. He's going to get a metal brace on his bones between where his ACL is torn, and then he's going to basically be out of commission for 8 to 12 weeks, really, while he heals. We have to schedule some physical therapy for him to rehabilitate his leg, and it's not cheap. You know, again, we have planned for medical emergencies for pets, but you know, it's a $10K bill, and that's not even with the physical therapy for him. So yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's painful. It's a lot of money. Animals are very expensive. If you are thinking about getting an animal, you really need to think about the cost of them if something happens. I mean, we're fortunate enough to be able to make it work, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't rather have that money in something else in our lives. You know, I love our dog, and of course we're going to do whatever we have to do to make sure that he has the best life possible, but that's a choice we made by getting an animal in the first place. And I think that we are really reconsidering having animals in the future, mostly because of traveling reasons. But also this is another big reason. Taking care of animals is a big responsibility and can cost a lot of money. So he will be getting all the things that he needs, and we'll be dealing with the stress of an animal that's healing. I've never had an animal have to get a surgery like this and go through a healing process so strong. I've had animals break their legs, and that's been a challenge, but I think this is going to be something a little bit intense. So we'll see how it goes, and I hope that he has an easy trip through it. We will see how he does, and we'll be along for the journey. So anyhow, my class is about to start, so I've got to get into the class, and we'll see you probably, I don't know if I'll get around to doing any more filming today, but definitely we'll be back soon. It is finally getting a little bit nicer here in upstate New York. I don't, let me see here. My watch says it's 47 out today. So in the sun, it feels like it's warmer than that, which is kind of nice. I'm out here with Aerith. We're just kind of hanging out after work. But I figured I would stop in and do a little bit of book talk, because it's been a couple of weeks since I've really talked about my reading. I didn't do like what I plan to read in April or a wrap up for March or anything like that, but March was horrible for me. I read one book in March. So that kind of, my problem was I got playing World of Warcraft, and I just didn't have as much time to read, and then at the end of the night I was so exhausted I just fall asleep. But we're in a new month and we're working on some reading. So far this month I've already finished The Gates of the Feral God by Matt Dinniman. This is the 4th book, I think, in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Another really good read. It took me a little longer to read this. I started it back in February. I wasn't doing a lot of traveling in the past couple of weeks. I was sick there for a little bit, so I wasn't going to the gym as much, and then we went on a trip, so I obviously wasn't driving around that much that week. But I did finally finish it, so another 5-star read. Fantastic. Maybe it should have been a 4.5. It wasn't like super captivated in the beginning of this one, but by the end I was loving it. I'm interested to see where the next one goes, because the dynamic is starting to kind of feel like it's changing a little bit. The party has changed, and it feels like they're starting to go more political out into the universe, instead of just being so contained in the dungeon and focus on the dungeon. Now we're looking at the bigger picture of things. Oh, look at Aerith out there, my little baby. So I finished reading that. I moved on to, for my audiobook, listening to Project Hail Mary. I have a book club that is reading this in Fables, so I figured I would pick it up, and even if I don't keep on pace with them, I'll still go back and look at people's notes and stuff like that later on. So I'm reading that one. I think I'm like 4 or 5 chapters in. Really funny book so far. Very scientific, but it's like palatable scientific. Like it reminds me of like Jurassic Park. Like when I read Jurassic Park, I was like, what are they talking about? All this DNA talk and very scientific speak. But then there's like humor and action, and you know, it makes it just very palatable. So I can handle the scientific talk. And in this one, same thing, you know, actual like space and biological talk with humor on the side. So I'm loving it so far. It's really been enjoyable to listen to. Great audiobook. For some physical reads, I do still have A Bad Deal for the Whole Galaxy. I am about halfway done with this still. I've kind of set this down for the most part right now. I probably shouldn't have, because again, sci-fi, this is also space, so I don't like to read 2 spacey books at the same time, because I tend to mix them up with each other. But they have 2 very different vibes. This is very much a fantasy sci-fi. There's magic involved in it, and the characters and aliens are very much non-existent type situations, whereas Project Hail Mary, it's very NASA focused, space in the way that we know it here. So yeah, so I haven't picked this one up at all. I just haven't felt drawn to read it. I know I will get back to it soon. I need to get back to it soon. After I finish my other physical read here, I'll probably pick this back up just to finish it off. So my other physical read is The Spell Shop. I picked this up right before I went to Ocean City, started it down in Ocean City. It's like a cozy fantasy. I'm super craving cozy fantasies right now. This book is hitting everything that I want. I'm not super duper far into it. Let's see here, about 100 pages. So, you know, we're getting to know our characters and settling into her housing situation, and she's making jam, and she's a librarian, and she rides little mer horses in the water, and I'm like, okay, like, just give me a slice of life cozy fantasy book any day. This is exactly what I need. I almost didn't start this because the second book in the soft cover isn't out until July, and if if I'm picking up a physical copy, I want to get them all as the same edition. So I won't read the next book until at least July, and the third book isn't even out yet. So I really like to read my books back to back, and the fact is that now I'm like, ooh, I hope I remember what's going on here when the next book comes out and when the third book comes out. Like, that's a long time for me to wait, so I don't typically do that. I usually will just wait until all the books are out in a series and then I'll read them, because I have a really bad memory when it comes to retaining information. Then also what I'm reading on Kindle is Glow. This is the 4th book in the Play to Prisoner series. We're still following our friend Oren, and she is being a whiny brat right now. I don't know. I'm not super loving her character arc right now. She's just becoming a very, woe is me, my life is horrible. You know, like, just get over it, girl. You know, get over it and be the badass that you're supposed to be. Clearly that's what she will discover herself and become. Aerith is throwing a fit about it too. She doesn't like her either. So yeah, Oren needs to just get out of herself and get back on task with things. But I am enjoying it still. You know, I like the environment, and I like the world. I like discovering more about her backstory. I like discovering the stories of the other characters at this point. They're all growing on me. So, you know, we'll keep going through it. I want to say I'm like 50% through that book, not very far. And that's all I'm reading right now. That's all. 4 books, no big deal. I'm so ridiculous sometimes. Hopefully we will keep on track with all of them and keep them reading through them at a regular pace. I don't like to beat myself up when I go through phases where if I read 1 book a month, it's fine. If I read 10 books a month, it's fine. It's fine. As long as I'm reading or doing something, it's all I really care about. I do like talking about them, but yeah, my consistency isn't always the best, and that's okay. So, let's see, what else do we have going on? I think we're gonna go for a little bit of a walk. I would like to maybe walk both the dogs since it's so nice out. So now that everyone has eaten, I'll see Aerith is like, yeah, take me for a walk. I want to go for a walk. Do you want to go for a walkie? Yeah. Oh, you do? Oh, you do? You do want to go for a walk? So yeah, so we'll probably take her for a walk, and then Asher's vet gave him the clear to take him for a little bit of walks right now before he has his surgery. So we're gonna get him out and get some physical activity done for him, and hopefully you know, aid in a little bit of his weight loss. He should weigh about 10 pounds lighter than he does, especially once he gets his leg worked on. He should start losing weight, so then that way it doesn't put as much pressure on his legs from his weight. So yeah, so we'll be working on that. As far as everything else goes, yeah, we'll I can't think of really anything else. I mean, I would like to say that I'm doing a lot of stuff, but I'm not. I've been playing a lot of video games, playing a lot of World of Warcraft, playing a lot of Grounded. Me and the family are playing Grounded, and we've been remodeling the heck out of our town, our house. We have not started playing Grounded 2. That's an early access, and we really want to wait until the game is fully fleshed out and a full game so we can just destroy it then. So we've been playing Grounded 1 again, and we might be playing new game plus on that here soon. But it's been a good time, just like taking it casually and, you know, farming extra resources and building all the house parts out to everything that I could possibly dream of. And, you know, everybody else is really enjoying just helping me find the materials to be able to do that, and getting all of the achievements in the game and all the gold cards and stuff like that. There's plenty to do for everybody. So we've been having a really good time there. Yeah, all right, well, let's pack up here, and we will go for a little bit of a walk with each of these guys. Right? Okay, let's go.
I was feeling hopeless, I was feeling broken, couldn't see where I was going, almost fell apart. That is when I found you. You could see right through me. Pull me from the darkness, save me from the start. I might be reaching for the stars, but whenever I'm with you, doesn't matter where I am. I follow the voices in my heart. I feel you're always here by my side. I know that you are glorious, glorious. I know that you are glorious. I'm all in this time, all in this time. On top of the world, let's save every moment. Nothing can break us apart, let us show. 춤을 추며 노래 do whatever I like, because I have you right by my side. I know that you are. 이전엔 내가 아냐, 난 돌아가지 않아. 공허했었던 그 수많은 밤을 말이야. 아무도 없던
I just
내게
watered the plants for the day, but while I was doing that, I was thinking, I really need a to-do list. I feel like there's a lot of things that I'm letting go. Right now, I feel so fatigued with the extra workouts that I've been doing. The personal training is really exhausting. I've been doing a class called Body Pump Heavy on Thursday nights, and that really takes me out for a couple of days. I've been sleeping pretty good at night, so there's really no reason to why I'm so exhausted, but I just feel like I don't want to do anything. Like, I can do things. I know I can. I don't want to. I just simply don't want to. I think maybe it's just the time of year. I'm not really sure. It shouldn't be, because it's like spring, so I feel usually more motivated by spring. Anyway, doesn't matter. I can babble on about it, but I do know that I need to make a list today, and hopefully what I can do is during my lunch break, I can work on some of the things from the list, and hopefully kind of get the house a little bit set up, or at least in a better state than it is for the weekend. And then on Sunday, I can do a little bit more of a reset. I just feel so overwhelmed with like the house, and my eating is not really super great, but like, I don't really know what to do about that. Like, I feel like I have to buy groceries immediately, because, you know, eating more fresh foods, just they go bad faster. So I have to order groceries, you know, a few times a week. Usually like every 5 days is what I've been kind of aiming towards, at least for the fruits and vegetables. So I went to the grocery store yesterday. Now I'm already thinking like, oh, I need to order, or start thinking about an order for maybe Monday. I'm so tired. I feel like I'm just babbling. Let's just get writing a list here. I decorated this page the other day. I just have some personal information covered up there, but let's go ahead and do today. So today I like to always put water on here, even though I'm very bad at tracking it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Sometimes it motivates me to at least have it on here. Now, I would normally add an exercise in here. Also, you can see on yesterday here, I had body pump at 5:30, which I did. I should scribble that in. And we did have at least 2 bottles of water. Might have had a little more than that, but that's what I can account for. All right, and then, so I'm not doing any exercise today because I did pump yesterday. I would say I would go for a walk after work today, because the weather's supposed to be beautiful, but we're going to dinner at Jeff's dad's house, so that's not going to happen today. Maybe I can get one on lunch, we'll see. Let's put it on here anyway. All right, and then I have my cleaning to-do list. This is what I've been slacking on a lot lately. I have been wanting to clean out 2 drawers in the nook area. Hopefully I'll get to that. And I also need to do the baseboards in that same area. Today is Friday, so I like to clean my desk, so it's nice and fresh for Monday. And I want to clean the bathroom. Clean the upstairs bathroom. All right. So those are the things I'm going to try to get to today. And then I do like to do a little bit of my filming on here, just to remind me to do things. I did just water the plants. However, I had that on yesterday's like list of things to film, which I just crossed it off on yesterday's. So today we wanted to film our to-do list, which we're doing right now. So good job. And we're going to film some of our cleaning. Hopefully that will keep us accountable to actually doing it. And maybe we'll film a little bit at Phil's. We'll see. All right. Then I like to do weather, just because it kind of gives me something to look forward to for the day. I like to do the high and the low. So for today, okay. Today our high is 72 and our low is 41. And it's supposed to be sunny. Okay. Now also what we need to do is I need to make sure, sometimes I'll add like an extra to-do list here of things that absolutely need to get done. So let's add that up here at the top. And I'm going to add in order. We're having Jersey Mike's tonight for dinner. And I need to call the car to get the car in for an oil change. And I also need to call the vet to get our surgeon for Asher wants him to get on some glucosamine tablets to help his joints, especially with you know, his upcoming surgery. So I need to call in and get a prescription set up for that. Call vet for pet meds. I also need to pick up some other preventatives that we give them monthly. So that's couple different pet meds that we're going to call them in about. And let's see here. I guess that's it for the day. And now typically what I would do is I will have another section here. So this, I'm going to just journal about my day, write down any thoughts that I run into during the day that I want to jot down, or feelings. And I'll probably fill that out throughout the day. Sometimes I fill it out, sometimes I don't, but that's where we're looking at for now. So yeah, that's what we're looking at for now. Oh my gosh, this hair is out of control. I didn't wash it after working out yesterday, so it's like super fuzzy today. I left it in the braids that it was in at the gym like all day, all night long. So it's just a mess, but at least it's Friday. Boy, my brain is just, it's absolute mush, and I feel like I've gone a little bit without picking up the camera, so now I kind of am like, how do I do this vlogging thing? It's been like half a week. I did a couple of B-roll things throughout the week, but like, oh, that's Asher. He's just gonna have a good heckin' roll on the floor. It's one of his favorite things to do in the morning, is to just be a little seal and roll all over. Are you being a good boy? Yeah. Let's see. I've got what else do I got? I don't know what else I got. What am I doing with my life? Sometimes I get like this where I just like I feel like I'm just going through the motions, where I can't like think about what's going on, or I can't think about how I feel. Like I literally just, I feel nothing right now. Like I'm not, I want to do the least amount possible with my brain and with my body, and I know I can't do that. I know I need to do, like, there's yard work to do because it's springtime. I need to do some yard cleanup, and that's like all extra work and stuff. And maybe I'll do that. See, that's another thing I could do today. It's supposed to be like 72 in the afternoon. So maybe on lunch break, instead of taking a walk, maybe I can clean up the flower beds because those are going to have to be taken care of. And, I would say I'd do them on the weekend, but on the weekend now I'm working out for like 2 hours on one day, and on the other day I'm working out for an hour, and I'm exhausted, and afterwards I don't want to do anything. I just want to play video games and sit around and not do anything. I have a sink full of dishes. The house is a mess, or I shouldn't say it's a mess. It's cluttered. The house is cluttered. Yeah, it's a mess. I need to vacuum. There's dog hair everywhere because that's, the life with corgis is literally, there is corgi glitter everywhere. I have to do laundry because I don't have any clothes. Well, I shouldn't say I don't have any clothes. I have clothes. My favorite clothes are in the laundry, so I need to do the laundry. I said the dishes. I've got to do dishes for sure. The sink is full and we're out of bowls. So like this is the reality of normal life for us. I know it's not the same for everyone. I know somebody's out there who is always on their game and has like a beautiful house and no dishes in the sink and no this and no that. And, but like just the life we live and the way we live it, this stuff piles up until it gets taken care of. And, that's just how it is. So anyway, it is Friday and I do need to get to work. So I'm going to log on for the day and get doing my work. Today should be a light day, luckily, because it is, a Friday with minimal meetings. So that's kind of nice. So at least I can kind of coast through the day. Let's just try to get to lunch. We'll see what we get to at lunch. I'll bring you along. That means I will do something instead of just, usually what I do is just take my lunch up here to the computer, turn on a YouTube video and watch a YouTube video during lunch. But today I'm going to do something, even if that means getting outside for 15 minutes to clean up one bush in the front yard or in the backyard, or 15 minutes to walk a dog around the circle. I'll do something at lunchtime. I need to, at some point, get the cleaning in the bathroom. The bathroom needs to get cleaned. I need to clean the bathroom. So that needs to happen, and for sure. And my desk needs to get cleaned for next week, for sure. So let's go. All right, this needs to get cleaned up. I'm going to, I don't know, everything's a mess in here. So this is the before. It's a little bit of a small room, so I'm not gonna like set up the camera and stuff like that, but we'll show you what it looks like when it's all cleaned up. And here is our after. So I cleared off the countertop here and put away all the stuff that was just kind of cluttering it. I cleaned the toilet and emptied the trash, and we cleaned the floor and baseboards. Good job, Asher. Here we are at the end of the week. Back at the gym. It's Saturday again, back to personal training. So ending right where we started off. This week I practiced more with slowing down during my personal training and really focusing and taking it easy and slow. Last week I was just pushing myself so much, and I think I overdid it. So I really need to make sure that I just tone it down just a little bit. And I think I need to learn that everywhere in my life. So next week, maybe I think we're going to practice that. Practice making sure that we take our time and we slow down and we don't rush things just to get them done. I felt like yesterday I kind of had a little bit of an anxiety thing where I was stressing out about so many little things, and I can only do as much as I can do. And I need to learn that I can't do everything, and that's okay. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me this week. I think next week is going to be a lot. We have an ice hockey game tomorrow, and Asher goes in for his x-rays on Monday. So yeah, we got a lot going on next week. And then we will be taking our time and not stressing out about things and getting only what we can done. So thank you again so much, friends. We'll see you next week. Bye.